Alrighty guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing an educational informative 7 days to guide video of what to do when you first get started in this game. Now beautifully the devs have added something into the game called challenges on the far right hand side of the screen. I'm going to be giving a lot of information guys, so let's hopefully keep up with everything that is going. I'm going to try and cram a lot of knowledge into this first recording. This is going to be an educational informative 7 days to die beginner guide for a person who's playing agility. I am playing on maximum available settings, so zombies are on maximum movement speed and they are permanently hunting me down too. So when I press the Y key, there is going to be a massive list of different things to do. When we complete that entire top row from start all the way to finish, we're going to get 4 skill points, and we're going to be able to use that to develop our character at the beginning of the game. You can click on all of these individually, and all you have to do is do whatever it says on the screen, and you can hit go to, and it will teach you the basics. For example, if I did not know how to do this, craft a wooden club, I can hit go to. It's going to tell me my prerequisite that I need what to do. Now I've been playing this game a little bit of time, so I'm going to know what to do from the start of the game. So if you're ready for the speed, let's get started. We're going to hit 25 bits of this grass here. You might wonder why. You see the dead grass? The dead grass is classified as wood. It means I don't have to hit the tree. The only thing we're going to have to pay attention for on the ground are going to be stones. Let's get that number to 25. 26 because we can't get odd numbers. We're looking for stones just here and here. I want to point out something important to you guys. We're going to craft an axe and we're going to put that on my action bar. We don't need this. We don't need this. We're going to move all this to the bottom right. A lot of people don't know why I put things at the bottom. The main reason I put things at the bottom are so the fresh things go to the top in the inventory. Even though these show the weight burden, it just means that I'm allowed to fill up all my inventory except for 2 lines without the penalty. We're going to cut down 2 trees. It should give us enough wood to get started. Now, I want to explain something called the dome. The dome is something that spawns around a player when you first begin the game. It is invisible and it cannot be seen. The dome is basically a safety blanket. No zombies will be able to spawn in the dome. The dome does not reappear. So if my character is to die on a different playthrough, this is currently permadeath, but if my character is to die and respawn, there is no dome. It is a first time spawning into a server. So if you join your friends on day 40, you spawn into an area, you will have a dome around you. The dome means no zombies can enter it for approximately 4 hours in game. This gives you enough time to complete the tutorial to learn the basics. Now, how does the dome break? If another player spawns near you and comes up close to you, they will pop your bubble or your dome. Another thing to keep in mind as well is if you leave X/Y, I don't know the distance, I'm going to say it's about 250 meters. If you leave about 250 meters, the dome will pop as well. So it's very good to get your basic materials that you need while you are currently working in this small proximity. You notice I'm cutting down 2 trees. In the bottom right hand side of the screen, I'm gathering a bunch of wood. Unfortunately, it looks like my webcam's blocking that a little bit, but we're just basically gathering basic materials such as wood. We're now going to find ourselves a stone. Now, this looks like a stone, but unfortunately, do you see the red in it? That means when I hit it, it's going to give me metal and make a different sound. So that does not count as a stone. So what we got to look around now and do is we got to look around and find ourselves a stone. You see that all the way over there? Let's see what we got here. Looks like that's actually nitrate, so that is yet again not a stone. Stones are not very rare, guys. Looks like I just got an awkward spawn. We got metal there. That's stone right past it. Do you see how it's more of a creamy color? Let's go find that. I like to break 1 rock. It's not necessarily what you need to do, but my rule is 2 rocks for 1 tree. Or sorry, 2 trees for 1 rock. And that's going to give me enough of the basic materials to get started. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to craft yourself a club. You're going to want to craft yourself a full set of primitive armor, which now gives damage mitigation. You're going to want to craft a bow and arrow, and you want to craft some building blocks. Okay? Nice and simple, easy to get done. So the most important thing for me to find now is a bird's nest. So we are looking around, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like there are no real bird's nests here, which is unfortunate. They're very common, but we are going to just go for a little walk while we're trying to remain within the dome range. You see that small tree over there? Whenever you see tree stumps, they can be utilized to grab honey, but I'm sure I'll show you that in a later video explaining. Okay, so it looks like we're very unlucky here, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to a bird nest, but that's okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to craft myself a club, because it is one of the quests that I need to complete. I'm going to drop the tree stumps, I'm going to hold onto the metal, move that down, and now I actually have a weapon to defend myself. If you look at the bottom left-hand side of the screen, you will be able to see on my number 1 key that my axe is halfway broken. When your tools are broken, you can repair them by just pressing the A key when you're on top of them, provided you have enough materials. If we look at the floor here as well, you're going to see 2 different color plants. You have the red one, and you have cotton. Cotton can be used to make bandages, which can stop bleeding, which is awesome. Everybody starts with a first aid bandage. Unfortunately, a normal bandage doesn't heal you. You can, however, craft it into a first aid bandage. The plant to my right-hand side, you need 5 in cooking to be able able to utilize, but that allows you to make a tea, which helps with stamina regen. Now finally, the yellow plant you can see in the far distance, that's going to allow you to eat dirty/rotten food without a chance of dysentery. The last thing you want to happen is have dysentery when you're eating food you shouldn't. It looks like I've been really unlucky when it comes to a bird nest spawn, ladies and gentlemen. Birds nests are quite common, but that's okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to type the word building block. I call it a frame, but we're going to craft probably about 30 of them. These are the most important tool to surviving a zombie apocalypse. You might laugh and not understand why, but when I find my first zombie, you're going to see exactly how I play against that zombie. Do you see how thick this road is right in front of me right now? Because it is an off-road / a dirt road, it does not lead city to city. Now this is a bird's nest, this is glorious and exactly what we need. We're going to pick it up and we're going to press R to loot all. Wonderful. We're going to hit tab, we're going to craft ourselves a bow with the W key, and now we're going to type the word arrow. Don't be confused with what you just saw there. These are crossbow bolts. A crossbow bolt cannot be shot through a bow and arrow. Now we're going to type the word arrow. We're going to craft ourselves as many arrows as we can. We'll put the bow down on our action bar and we will reload the bow. Next thing we're going to craft is ourselves a set of primitive armor. Doesn't matter what order we craft. Remember, we gathered all those plants. We gathered just enough because we needed 25 pieces. Now when we put this on, it's going to give us 8% damage mitigation per slot currently being worn. So that's a little under 8. That's 8 on the dot, and that's a little under 8 too. So, you know, we're approximately looking just under 32% damage mitigation, which can be quite a lot when a zombie hits you for 25 to 50 damage, depending on what grade tier. You see that over there? That is a bunny rabbit. So what we're going to do now is we're going to press the Y key. You notice we've completed all the quests. All these quests generate experience. If you look at the bottom bar right here, there are 2 bars displayed at the very bottom. One is food and one is water. Green is a representation of food. When that gets low, you get penalties towards your maximum stamina. Blue is a representation of your regen, which is water. If you get low on that, it affects how quickly you regenerate water. When I push W to complete these quests, you'll see a purple bar fill up right here. Now that purple bar is a representation of experience. You get experience for doing every single thing in this game in 7 Days to Die, whether you're building, whether you're attacking. The only thing you don't get it for is crafting, but you can use it to upgrade. So now that we've completed all the basic tutorials, we're going to press W here, and we are rewarded 1,000 experience, and we can hit the tab key and develop our character. There we go. Welcome to the game. Now the game actually begins. So let's have a look right here. We have 4 points available. These are all the different trees. You have perception, strength, fortitude, agility, and intelligence. Respectfully, we are going to go straight into agility. Now, normal rule of thumb when playing this game is you will put 2 points into your main damaged source, which in this case is agility. If we were doing strength, it'd be 2 into strength. So you put 2 into your main damage source, and then you put 2 into deep cut. In fact, for the premises of the video, I am going to do this. If I was playing normally, I would generally put 5 into agility. Every single point you put into agility will up your chance of critically hitting and up your headshot damage. The slower the zombies move, the easier the headshots. But we're going to put 2 points into deep cut. This is going to allow us to inflict up to 4 different bleeds, provided we have a knife. Now, the good thing about this is it's going to reduce how much stamina knives use too. Unfortunately, knives and fist weapons have the smallest range in the game, so I might have a hard time hitting zombies in the head. You'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. Look at the HUD on the right-hand side. You notice that we have a quest over here. This is the direction towards the trader. Now, while I'm walking towards this, by the way, I am going to hit tab. I'm going to click on the item, and I'm going to push A. That is how you quickly repair things on the go. I'm going to start moving towards this. Now, I'm going to be leaving the dome. We were roughly 500 meters away from that quest. I'm expecting when we're about 400, maybe just under 400, we'll see our first zombie. Remember, we are leaving the dome, so zombies will be appearing in. I do have permanent hunting on, so I'm going to move to the left a little bit more than the right, because I'm currently wielding a club. A club is a strength-based weapon. There's our first customer. She will be too strong for us to beat. Remember, I told you how powerful wooden crates are? It allows me to sit in an area where the zombie has to attack the side. Zombies can stack up, so keep that in mind. As we can see, the zombie is hitting the block, while I get to hit her in the head for free. I don't have to worry about threat. It should be 4 hits to the head to knock her over. And now we're going to repair the block with the hammer that we have in our inventory. Remember, whenever you repair, it's going to cause a stamina penalty. It's going to stop your stamina from regenning. Every time I exert physical strength or energy, including running, I will consume water and water and food in order to fill up the bar. Notice it's taking a long time to kill her with headshots. We are on insane mode, which is the hardest available difficulty. You can tell by her movement speed too. 400 experience and we pick up our crates. Notice we are slowly draining our wood. So that's another reason why I recommend grabbing a lot. I am going closer to the road, which means I'm probably going to run into more zombies, but the reason I'm doing that is because I'm actually looking for a carcass or a dead body. That's going to give me bones, and that's going to allow me to craft myself a bone knife or a bone shiv. It's going to give me a really good start and allow me to actually gain my bonuses that I currently have spec'd into. At the moment, all my agility bonuses do nothing because I'm not spec'd into them. We have a suit coming towards us. Yet again, you saw it took us 4 hits to knock the other girl down. So it's going to take us 4 hits to knock this guy down because they're both the same division enemy. Notice that I'm only aiming for headshots. Headshots still do a massive bonus when you hit them, so a headshot is the only thing you should aim for. I can sneak a little arrow to the head. A lot of people don't understand when it comes to shooting a bow and arrow, the longer you hold, the harder the velocity, the more straight the arrow will go, and the further the arrow will go. You can tap fire for the maximum amount of damage as well. Arrows generally do not go straight without a heavy investment. See how far away he is and he's tracking me? Do you see how important these crates are to begin? Now, if the zombies are walking, you could probably squeeze past them. I could probably run past this guy, but I will run out of stamina. I gotta just follow the basic rules. Notice how he grabbed his arm? It means I hit him in the arm. So the way the poise system works is every time you hurt a zombie, you lower their poise. Okay, so you could shoot him with a gun in the lower body 3 times in order to lower his poise, and then hit him in the head in order to drop him straight away. So it's something to keep in mind. A lot of people do spec into the bow and arrow early game. I'm here to tell you, it's probably not a great recommendation. What a fantastic example. When you kill a zombie, there is a small probability they'll drop a loot bag. There are 3 different grades of loot bags. You have a yellow loot bag, you have a blue loot bag, which is a tier 2 loot bag from a stronger zombie, and then you have a red loot bag from a very strong zombie, guaranteed off Grace, which is a zombie boss boar, and guaranteed off zombie bears alongside dire wolves. Let's loot the bag and see what we get. Okay, this is a fantastic book to get, and I will explain books in the next video. I'm not going to explain to you what they do and what they do now, because it'll take a little bit too long, and I want to make sure that we are getting as much information as we can. Right now, all we are trying to do is get to the trader. Now, if I put 1 block on the ground, I won't be able to do what I'm currently doing. It always needs to be 2 blocks high. Now, if you take a moment to look through the skill tree, there is a multitude of different perks that do different things. There is a perk called Parkour, which actually allows you to jump 2 tiles high. Now, if a zombie does die, you see what has happened there? If a zombie does die through blows to the head like that, we can tell we critically hit. Every point we put in the respective tree increases our crit chance all the way up to 50% when we have 10 in agility, strength, perception, or intelligence. It increases our crit chance with the respective category of weapons. For example, if you are speccing to strength, you're really good with weapons like clubs and really good with weapons like sledgehammers. It also applies towards shotguns. With bows, you are good with handguns alongside bow and arrows, crossbows, knives, and machetes. So we can always tell with a critical hit because it makes a special sign. If you are using a sharp-based weapon, you actually get decapitation instead. So we are getting very close towards the trader. Now, I am going to explain in the following videos what bios we're in, but a quick rundown right now is you'll notice in the top right-hand side where it says the word the Pine Forest. There are no skulls represented on the screen. This means we are in the easiest game mode available, the easiest level. Fantastic. Nice and simple. We're almost at the trader. Unfortunately, we've seen no carcasses on the road. You cannot actually cut up a zombie's body. Now, this zombie coming at us right now is a little stronger than the last couple. Unfortunately, it's going to take a few more hits to the head to kill him. He has a bigger health bar. I know this, but he still does 25 damage per hit when it comes to hitting a person as opposed to hitting a structure. Different zombies in this game. There is no such thing as a tier system, but the way I teach this game is I break the zombies down into 3 different categories, right? Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. Respectfully, a Tier 1, Tier 2 is a feral, and a Tier 3 is a radiated, which you'll get to see in later guides. So let's proceed, keep hitting him in the head. You'll notice it's nearly midday at the start of the screen. That's okay. Almost at our trader. Take out the zombie. Now, if I tried to fight this zombie on the ground, you'll notice how often I'm out of stamina. It would be a losing course. If I let him destroy this, I will fall down as well. So I'm going to push right mouse button yet again to consume wood to repair it. That only took 2 wood. Now you're noticing why I actually cut down 2 trees rather than 1. 400 experience to killing the zombie. Let's proceed to move a little bit closer towards our trader. I'm going to grab the bird's nest and a chance of getting an egg alongside getting feathers. Feathers are going to allow me to make more arrows. Do you see this on the body? This is a carcass. It'll give me bones and it'll give me nitrate. Unfortunately, nitrate and animal fat, which can be eaten at the cost of health. Rotten meat too. Nitrate is used in making explosives and demolition, but I'm not going to be able to do that for now. So let's get rid of this. And we only need 5 in order to make myself a bone knife. Going to push the W key to craft it quickly. quickly. Move the club along, repair the club with A. Remember the hotkeys? Now, all it takes is 1 bone in order to repair this. So now I have a bone knife. It'll inflict bleed, and it will do more damage because I'm specialized into the knife, providing I'm hitting the opponent in the head. Alright, I'm going to cut the video right here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll explain the trader in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next part.